I think we have walked through most of the details. Would like to answer any questions that council has. You have the basic text that the narrative that goes with the plan. You have additional information that shows you how much money we're looking at to bring employee salaries up to a comparable level, not equal to other cities, but certainly closer to what would be a median range. The cost of that for an annual basis is just over $300,000. For the 5 months that we have coming up, if this is passed and would be effective going forward, you would have something in the neighborhood of about $130,000 between now and the end of this fiscal year. There are funds that we have been fortunate enough to have not had to spend in our budget that the finance department and I have reviewed, and we think that those funds would cover that expense. Going forward, though, that expense will be some $300,000 in next year's operating budget. It will be a continuing operation, recurring expense.
Do you have any further discussion on that?
I feel strongly that we're long overdue on this compensation plan to set things straight, at least as straight as we can afford it. This is a significant budget item. I understand this. And I have, I think it's almost our duty to take care of the employees. I think that we haven't fully done that in the past and showed our appreciation for everything they've done. I'm not going to single out any one department because I think that'd be unfair, because every department in its own way has worked hard for the city of Crossville. And this is certainly not a luxury move for the employees. It's putting things in closer to living wage, closer to what they do in terms of skill and risk. And it also is an indicator of this council's intent to look at the employees and give the work, not just a plaque, give the work for their effort. And I would like to see this compensation plan effective 1 January, not next month, 1 January. That's all I've got to say.
Is that a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion. I'll make a motion that we approve this version of the compensation plan, effective date 1 January 2015.
I'll second that. And question for Fred. Fred, when was the last time the city employees had a pay raise?
I don't even have any idea.
I meant to call you and ask you on that too, but
I don't have any idea. It's been 3 or 4 years since
we
we've had a pay raise.
Gotcha.
I think it's been the year that I came aboard, 2012.
Got a question.
Yes, sir.
Has there not been a bonus every year, Fred?
I know there's been a bonus a time or two. I know that, but I'm not sure exactly how many times we had that.
I think there needs to be some adjustment, there's no question. I'd rather wait till budget hearings to see what this budget this year is gonna look like. And for that reason, I'm gonna oppose this.
Any other questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor, there's one other item that needs to be included in this motion or a subsequent motion. We had talked about the standardization of our public safety, the schedules that they work. And my recommendation is that we move to the Fair Labor Standards recommendation that our fire work a 28-day cycle, our police work a 14-day. That's 86 hours before overtime is due in the police department, and it's 212 hours before overtime would be due in the fire department. And if the council so approves, I will be moving forward to amend the personnel policy that would bring that into place.
I amend my motion.
To include that? To include that.
Second.
Further discussion?
You know, it's obvious that it's going to be a year to a year and a half before all this pans out, because we've got a lot of people that are retiring early. We'll be paying their salaries for the next 6 months. And we'll have some savings from the reorganizational efforts that are moving forward. And it's really hard to immediately put a finger on where we're going to be. Nonetheless, I believe that our employees are due to have consideration for this compensation classification plan. And I do believe that we need to take care of the employees for the city.
Any further questions, comments? Roll call vote.
Councilmember Susan?
Aye.
Councilmember Wyatt?
No.
Mayor Pro Tem Harris?
Aye.
Councilmember Curley? Mayor Mayberry?
Aye. Motion carries. Next item, discussion and action of funding for water lines and water tank.
Previous council had decided to go for funding from rural development for some projects that have been identified, including water storage tank and about 4 other line improvement areas. We have subsequently found out that because of the growth of the city, the population, that we are not eligible as the city to make those projects inside the city. But we could do that with regard to a couple of projects, one being a water tank and one being a project that would be outside, the bulk of that would be outside the city limits. So what council needs to do is basically you need to rescind the action that you took on August 20, or that was taken on August 20, 2014 regarding funding of those projects through rural development. And then after you have done that, then you need to determine whether you're going to, how you want to split those projects between the 2 lending sources we're looking at now is the Tennessee Municipal League Bond Fund and rural development.